Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Today, we're going to be going through the baseball with the opening season starting here at the end of the month. We're all excited about getting back into baseball, the America's pastime. So I think you can see who teams we root for and why I don't like this guy very much. But
feelings are mutual.
All right. But we're going to go over the standings from last year and try to guess what these teams are going to do this year, put them in order. So if you would like and subscribe to the channel, I'd sure appreciate it. So, Mr. Zig, how are you?
Doing good, Thomas. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing wonderful.
Good.
You all ready for this little challenge, I guess, because neither one of us is really into all of baseball. I know we got our favorite teams, but
yeah. I mean, we'll have our arguments during the season about
yes,
who's better than who, and all that between the Cubs and Cardinals, mainly here.
We had a tie last year, so
which is quite amazing, really. As I look at last year's, it's even more amazing, Tom, as you look at this.
Uh-huh.
Look at the home and away records for the Cubs and Cardinals. What do you see? Is that amazing?
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're exactly the same.
Yeah.
Out of all 162 games, at home, the Cardinals and Cubs were both 44 and 37, and away they were 39 and 42. I mean, they couldn't be more even. I don't know. We don't have how many runs the Cubs scored over the season, or the Cardinals, or how many they gave up. But I imagine those are probably pretty close too.
What were their records head to head?
I think the Cardinals were one ahead of the Cubs. I think that's why in the division standings, at least I've got here, that the Cardinals are first ahead of the Cubs. So I think maybe the Cardinals won the series by one game. Maybe wrong on that, but I just thought that was amazing that their home and away records are exactly the same.
It's given me their matchups for this year.
Well, that won't help us.
That won't help.
That won't.
No,
we're not. We're not even close to this year yet. We're getting there, but we're not there.
Yeah. Their first game this year is going to be June 24th in St. Louis.
Against each other?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. They'll be warmed up. They'll have a couple months of baseball underneath them. No excuses.
Oh, then St. Louis is going to be in Chicago July 4th.
Oh, there you go. That's how they should schedule baseball, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
July 4th,
Let's see.
What's that?
How many games do they play each other this year?
I don't know. They used to play 18, but I don't know if they do anymore. Maybe it's 15.
It doesn't look that way.
It might be 15.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Because they've kind of done a lot of that interleague. They've done a lot of that interleague stuff.
It's showing 9 matchups.
Is it just 9?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 9 matchups. So they're going to start June 24th in St. Louis, 24th, 25th, and 26th. July 4th, 5th, and 6th in Chicago. And then they don't play again until August 8th, 9th, and 10th in St. Louis.
And then that's it?
And that's it.
Wow,
that's all
okay, so they're only playing 9. Okay, well, that's a far cry from what I remember.
Yeah.
I like it when they should have it at the end of the season in September. I think in September, football's been starting to do this now, where you just play your teams in your division.
Right.
Where it matters the most.
Right.
And you don't go out west. You don't, west teams play the west teams, and east play the east, and central play the
kind of hard in baseball to do that because you've got 15 teams in each league.
That's true. Yeah, you're going to have some that are not going to work out that way.
little later on, we'll talk about the expansions that now that baseball is looking at since A's are going to Las Vegas and Tampa is getting a new stadium. So baseball was waiting for those teams to decide the cities to decide if they're going to keep them or let them go before they did their expansion. And now it looks like they're going to get at least 2 more teams in baseball. When? I don't know, but if it's going to be like next year or the year after. Yeah, 2027. So that is going to be something to look forward to see.
Well, yeah, and then you've got to have a place to play.
Right.
Even if you give a franchise to a city, they've got to have a place to play.
Right.
Some cities might have a place already.
Yeah.
Maybe not a full-fledged stadium yet. Maybe they have to build a stadium, but maybe they have a.
Well, just like the A's.
Sure how that would work.
When are the A's going to be playing in Las Vegas?
I don't know.
Let's see.
Are they going to be the Las Vegas A's?
I think so. Yes.
Las Vegas Athletics.
Yep.
Is that what we're going to call them?
Because they've had that name forever. Because they were Philadelphia.
Yeah,
they were in Philadelphia.
Yes. So I guess you keep the name, even though you move from the city.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Arizona Cardinals moved away from St. Louis. Well, you know what? Well, wait a minute. St. Louis,
right.
They were the St. Louis Rams.
Well,
wait a minute. Am I getting confused now?
You're getting confused. Because the Rams started in L.A. And then when...
Well, yeah, I remember when they were in L.A. That damn L.A.'s got teams coming and going, for Christ's sake.
Because St. Louis was the only city at that time to have the football team and the baseball team have the same logo, Cardinals. And then the St. Louis Cardinals football team moved out to Arizona. And then the Los Angeles Rams then moved into St. Louis.
That's how
in like 96 or...
I got you. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then the wonderful NFL, who appreciates all of their fans, said, yeah, hey, not only can the Rams move back out to L.A., but hey, we'll let the Chargers move in there the same damn year. I mean, I
wonder why they moved out of San Diego. San Diego seems like a nice sports town. I've never been there, but it seems like a pretty, they support the Padres.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Yeah, like California, there's a lot of switching going on out there.
Yes.
I'm telling you. You got to keep track.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to our Cubs and Cardinals. You figure we're playing 9 games this year against each other.
Yeah, right, maybe 9 times.
Okay, that's not very much.
No.
And nothing at all in September.
Nothing in September.
Say that.
Well, nothing in April, May. Well, it don't start until June.
June, July, and August.
June, July, and August.
Yeah, see, I think that's wrong for September. I think you've got to have divisional play that means something.
Especially,
it's not going to mean as much as the Cubs are playing Houston in September, the last week in September. I mean, it might mean something, but I don't think it means as much.
Right. Yeah.
But oh well. I don't do the schedule, and I'm sure that's a headache to do all the time. Travel and this.
Well, I'm trying to find out when they are expecting the Athletics to move
to Vegas.
Yeah.
So they're still in Oakland this year?
I believe so. Yes.
Are they really? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were. I thought they were on the move by now.
Okay. Here, let's see if it says it in here about the moving. I don't see anything. It's going. The new stadium is going to hold 33,000, and it looks like. Well, look at that thing.
That's a baseball stadium?
That's going to be the baseball
They got a
stadium.
dome on it?
Yeah.
Was that thing?
Yeah, it looks like a dome.
Looks like a retractable dome.
Yeah.
It's just another reason to go to Vegas, isn't it?
Ain't it?
I'm telling you what. It's just there's not enough.
Vegas,
There's not enough.
my hometown.
There's not enough out there already.
My future hometown.
We've got hockey. We've got baseball. We've got racing. We've got gambling.
Look at that from the side view.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They make them a little different these days, don't they?
Yes.
They really do.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the LA Rams stadium, the SoFi Stadium. That thing looks like it's open at the end or something. It's very interesting looking.
Yes.
To see it on TV.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Give me the facts.
The ballpark is set to open for the 2028 season.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we're still 3 years out.
Still 3 years out.
So we're still in Oakland for 3 years?
Yeah. Ain't that something?
Wow. I wonder how many fans will really show up and go, screw this team. They're leaving.
Well,
Why the hell should I support it?
I think a lot of the problem is, see, here's the thing, and I know we're supposed to be talking all the bad stuff we're doing first, and I wanted to wait, but football, we know football would have both of those teams out years ago.
Oh yeah.
The Rays.
You didn't support them. You don't support them.
Yeah.
We're moving.
Even if you supported them, we're moving.
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns. We get a better deal.
Yeah, we get a better deal. We're heading out.
So we know football has no loyalty to their fans at all.
Yes.
So they would have had those teams moved out to different areas. Where baseball, they said, hey, the last move, because of lack of fan participation, was the Montreal Expos, who are now the Nationals. They were the last team to move.
That was a long time ago.
That was
a pretty long time ago, wasn't it?
It was.
I don't remember when the Expos.
Was it like in the early 2000s?
Okay. They changed them to the Washington Nationals.
Right.
Why didn't they keep their name? Why don't, we're talking about the A's keeping their name. Why didn't they call them the Washington Expos?
Yeah.
I don't know what an Expo is. I mean, when it pertains to baseball.
Well, what's a Met?
Well, they're amazing Mets, though, damn it. I'm still hurting over. Yeah. I'm still butthurt over 69. Okay. But
what was that commercial back in the 80s? But what's a Met?
What's a Met? Yeah. Well, in hockey, they go, what's a Canuck?
Well,
I have no idea what a Canuck is, but I'm sure a Canadian would probably tell me if they're talking to us anymore. Yeah, that's another subject.
Yeah, we'll save that.
Justin's a little upset this week up there.
Well, Justin ain't going to have to worry about it for too much.
No, but he's
oh, Jesus, look at that! Look at that stadium, man.
Oh,
everybody! Go online and take a look at that new A's baseball park in Vegas. That they play the Cardinals. I may have to.
We may have road trip out there.
Yeah, buddy, because that looks like a nice stadium.
It's Vegas. What do you expect?
Right.
You're not going to get some change.
And A's management. I mean, they try. I mean, they try to put a team together in that market there in Oakland. I mean, it's tough. Plus, your fan base isn't supporting the team.
Well, no, and Vegas is gambling. Obviously, shows. But if you're in town, let's go watch a ball game. Where we've got a day to kill here or something. Let's Yeah.
A lot of people may say this is about all I can afford.
Well, there's that too. There's that too. But like they've always said, Vegas destination city.
Yes,
and they mean it for anything. I mean, there's
any and everything to do in Vegas.
Sure. I mean,
but yeah, so
maybe that's why they're only building 33,000. Maybe they didn't feel like they would get the fan base from the locals to be there, all the time. But they're like, well, we'll pick up people in town who are here for just to enjoy the week.
3-day weekend.
Yeah, and just enjoy it to come out. And their team's playing, like you said, the Cardinals or the Cubs are playing in Vegas. You're like, well, hell, let's go on out and hang out in Vegas. I mean, how can it go wrong?
Yeah.
till you run out of money.
Right. But so, I don't know.
So that's a good idea. I mean, I see that. And it took them forever to get to Vegas. All sports. Remember? It was, no gambling in sports.
Well, they didn't want
we're not going to let you have nothing in Vegas.
The leagues didn't want to move out.
And boy, once gambling exploded, boom. Hell, they just...
How much, I get Pete Rose's family is wanting him off of the, I guess, the unconsideration ballot or a non-consideration ballot or something.
For what? For Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Oh, did
for
they?
the Hall of Fame,
really?
yeah.
They're like, why now?
Right.
I mean, he's gone. Which I understand that. I mean, the guy would have wanted to be on it before he passed away, and he's just like, well, why? If you have a ceremony, we're probably not going to show up.
Right.
Or his family's not going to show up.
What's your thoughts on that? Do you think that Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame? I mean, numbers say yes.
Might as well now. You're gambling on every damn game.
Yeah.
But players and coaches pretty much are not allowed to. Now, I don't know if players can gamble on another team.
I would say
can the guys on Cincinnati gamble on the Cubs-Cardinal game? I don't know. I don't know what the rules are, to be honest with you. Well, I'm sure they can gamble on football. I'm sure they have their fantasy teams, and do. I would think they could. I don't know what that rule is over the sport, but maybe you're not allowed to.
Something like fantasy stuff. I don't think that's. I don't think that would bother. Yeah,
but I don't know if you could gamble on your sport or not.
Right,
because you're affiliated with your sport in one way or another. I don't. Yeah, I think that gets really touchy and.
Yeah, because I mean, you would think that a player who could say, I've got a 10-game hit streak, 20-game hit streak, and now today I'm going to go out and I'm going to bet $30,000 on that I break that. It ends.
Exactly. Yeah, it stops. Yeah, my hit streak stops. Yeah.
So you can see
I don't think you can do that. That doesn't seem right.
Home runs could break the record. And I'm gonna bet $100,000 because today even the damn rookies get $100,000.
Well, yeah.
So
back to Pete Rose though. I mean, did he gamble on the Reds? Because he had control of the team. He was the manager, right, of the Reds, if I'm not mistaken. So he has control over what the team is going to do that day on the field. Who's going to play where? Who's going to start? The lineup, the whole damn 9 yards, as they say. So are you going to say, well, Pete, you gambled on your own team. That's why you're not in the Hall of Fame. Because you can't. It's kind of a joke now, hypocritical to say, well, he gambled. We can't let him in. Hell, everybody else gambles now. It's okay.
Right.
So how do you justify that?
But how can Pete say that? Oh no, I didn't vote or bet on my team, and here's the proof.
Well, if the proof's there, then I'm sorry. It's black and white. I mean,
And then it makes you wonder: is if the MLB commissioner did see proof.
Giamatti?
Yeah.
Giamatti. Was it Bert Giamatti?
Yeah. Didn't he just pass away here?
Is that no, that's the guy who passed away right away after he had banned.
Yes, that's right.
Pete Rose. And that's where it gets a little bit sticky.
Yeah.
Because then people are like, well, the commissioner banned you. Sorry he died. But we're going to uphold his ruling.
And you wonder if they're upholding it because they seen the evidence too.
Well, yeah. I mean, as the public, I don't think I've seen it. I haven't seen the evidence. I haven't dug into it anyway. But I mean, if it's there and it says, yeah, he voted. If he bet on his team, Well, that's wrong. I mean,
Right.
that's corrupting baseball. I mean, that
Yeah.
could have changed.
Yeah,
That could have changed anything during the season that we don't even really know of. You know, or I'm gonna put this line up today, even though I know it's terrible. We're not going to score 3 runs today. I'll make sure we don't score 3 runs today, one way or the other.
Yeah.
And you start betting that way, and there's a lot going on there.
Right.
So yeah, but he's gone. Pete's passed away, and so the family's like, just take us off. We're done. We're done with this.
Right.
We don't want no part of it maybe anymore. Maybe, and I can't blame them. I just now don't put my dad in now that he's gone.
Right.
What the hell?
Well, and the big thing is too about the steroids. You know, if they're going to let those guys in, if you're Bonds and McGuire and Sosa, if those guys get in,
sure.
Then do you say, okay, we'll just open the floodgates? Do you be like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and just say, here, welcome everybody?
Oh, did you play music? You're in, Tom. You're in. I see your guitar right over here. Off camera, but he has a guitar right over here.
I mean,
you're going to be in the Hall of Fame.
In the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And made the woman feel so guilty, she says, well, now I got to put out a rock and roll album. So, I mean,
yes. But some things you just can't explain.
You can't.
I can't. I mean, I don't care. It's almost like talking to a Democrat. Okay. Anyway, I don't want to get into politics today.
Well, and so as far as as the steroid stuff goes,
yeah.
I mean,
what do you think? You're a Cardinal fan. You're a McGuire guy.
Yeah.
I think it's a load of crap.
That they're keeping them out?
Yes. No.
Oh,
they need to keep them out.
Right.
I mean,
well, and the supplements that they showed them having, I mean, at that time it wasn't banned. But that there was.
Okay. Were they using stuff that was banned?
Well,
do we know that?
No.
We can't speculate. Do we know as a fact? If they were, then no, they're not getting in.
Well, there was I think it was Mark McGuire, that a reporter noticed the can of supplement that he was using, and that they brought it up, and then that's when the whole controversy started coming up about the steroids, and that's a steroid. But then you hear Jose Canseco, who says, "Oh, I shot him. I showed them how to insert the needle."
You're just going by a man's
right.
I mean, let's face it. People today shoot themselves with Oseptic.
Yeah.
What the hell? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, people do that today. Okay. Right. But now we're talking way back, years ago.
Yes.
And yes, Canseco said that. I mean, I don't know how much proof he has. I'm just not going to go by a man's word.
Well, and when they were under oath, none of them, he's lying.
Oh, yeah.
None of them said that.
No.
They all, no, I'm not on it, but I never did it, and then come find out,
Yeah.
Rafael Palmeiro.
Yeah.
He was the one that really, really denied being on it, then found out he was. Even Roger Clemens, I believe.
Roger Clemens, I was going to say. And you feel, that I know they all have records now. We can talk about their records, home run records and all that. But then you look at Hank Aaron. You took a picture of Hank Aaron standing next to Mark McGuire or Sammy Sosa. He looks like half the man who hit 100 more, home runs than that guy's right there. I'm just like, they had to be shaking their heads going, I did it the right way.
Right.
And you're praising these guys who have made ungodly amounts of money because,
and
I don't know. But back to the Hall of Fame thing. No, if I was on the board voting, I would say no.
I would say no to none of Pete Rose or the
Pete Rose or the steroid guys.
Steroid
guys. Sorry. Yeah. So that was an era that we lived through.
Yeah.
And
we were all basically unaware. Of because a lot of people back then, if you go back to '98 when that home run derby was going on, race was going on between Sosa and McGuire, everybody was thinking at that time the ball is juiced.
Yes.
It's the ball. And so no one had ever thought about the steroids. Because to be honest, I mean, Mark McGuire, you go back to 84, 85 when he was a rookie. He was a big boy when he came up.
Anyway, yeah, he's a big boy. Anyway.
So to say, that he's doing the steroids where he's shooting it in, I would have been that shocked me. I'm like, well, he was a big guy anyway.
Yeah.
So,
but then why would Canseco come forward,
right,
and say that?
Yeah.
Is he just
jealous? You could see that Mark was getting bigger and bigger, though.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing.
I mean, some guys do work out all the time and take it very seriously and eat right and in the gym every day and have a routine, and sure, you're going to get bigger. But
I mean, another group of guys that get a bad rap about taking steroids all the time, WWE wrestlers, they get it. Look at McMahon, Vince McMahon down there went down.
Yes.
Because of that.
Yes.
And I guess I watched on Netflix about that, and if it wasn't for Hogan getting on the stand and saying the things that he said, then Vince McMahon would probably still be in prison.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
But
crazy. So that's just. I don't think they should get in. What do you think?
No, I
yeah. I mean, you're a Cardinal fan. I'm a Cub fan. You had McGuire. I had Sosa. Oh, it's fun to watch him hit it. It was fun. Baseball made a ton of money that year. Stands were packed when the boys came to town
because of the strike in '94.
Yeah, I mean, but then when you look back on it, you think,
right. Well, I had a cousin that finally talked me in. So you need to get into collecting baseball cards. And so about 92, 93, he talked me into it. And I started collecting baseball cards. And I mean, when I did get into it, though, I knew it was going to be like I'm going to freaking buy. And I did. I got.
You're going in big time. If you're going to start, you're going in big time.
I was going in big time. And I got it. Oh God, dogs! I got cards. I went to ball card shows, and had a newsstand here in town that I went to buy ball cards.
I remember that place.
Yeah,
in town. Yes.
And and then when '94, when that strike happened, the whole market just dropped.
Yeah,
everything dropped.
Yep. No, I remember that very well.
Yeah,
I showed you my baseball from '94, haven't I? I showed you.
Yeah.
I took you that picture. I should have brought that in today and put it right here on the table.
Yeah. What? Yeah. What was it again?
It's a baseball from 1994 World Series.
Oh, 1994 World Series.
That never happened.
Yes,
I have a baseball.
Yes, that's right.
Maybe I'll will that to you when I check out. So, you can have that. You can put that somewhere here.
Yeah. Ain't that something?
Where I got that, I don't remember. Somebody got that for me, saw it. I don't know. I don't know where they got it. I don't know how legit it is, to be honest with you, but it's in a glass case.
I'm sure that they made it up. Yeah. I mean, they had the balls ready because it was late in the season whenever they struck, wasn't it?
It might have been September, if I'm not mistaken. But,
So I'm sure they would have had all that. Just like the shirts, they say that the shirts and hats, because they print both sides up a winning.
Oh, winning, you have to.
Yeah, and then when you do have a loser, then all of those go
to Central America, don't they? Or Nicaragua or somewhere where the kids get to work.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yes. South Africa or something. Over there in Africa.
Wherever, yes.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
But you're right. They have to print up both pennants. You can have all that crap. I mean, there's some of that stuff available, at least for that day anyway, to show off, But so
yeah,
I don't know. I'm a little disappointed in just the 9 games this year. I'm not sure about that scheduling. Not sure about that scheduling.
Right.
But,
and that's in division. I mean,
that's in your division. So you got, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 times 4. That's 36 games within your division, basically. It's not even a fourth of your season.
Right.
It's not even a fourth of your season.
But I mean, there was something said here last year or 2 years ago that they also, I think baseball said something about that they wanted each game to be critical in your division. So it's a have to win in your division. That's why they cut the games and started doing other more games out of the division and or even in the American League, started.
They got all excited about the interleague play. Remember, it was just a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
Cubs would play the White Sox. It was a big deal. Now they've kind of expanded it.
St. Louis play the Royals.
Yeah.
Yankees play the Mets. You had your big.
Sure.
San Francisco playing the
Dodgers. But they're in their division. They're in their division anyway.
The A's.
Yeah. But, well, now they like the interdivision.
Right.
I think they like the teams just to go everywhere. So everybody, because there's Cub fans, Cardinal fans,
right,
everywhere. Throughout the country. Yeah. Throughout the country, you watch on TV, you can see the jerseys here and there where,
yeah,
you show up. And I understand that, and it's probably all about the money anyway.
Right.
When you get down to it, but I just think interdivision play means so much more.
Right.
When you play each other, but oh well.
Well, yeah, because that helps you with your division. I mean.
Well, yeah. You get on a hot streak, Tom. You win 10 games in a row, and I'm playing the Cardinals and the Brewers and the Reds. Yeah. 3 series in a row, and I win every series. I'm on a 10. I've gained 10 games on every game that you lost.
Right.
I mean, you would have to keep winning too, or I'm going right up the standings pretty damn fast.
Right.
Now, when you start playing other divisions, or American League, yeah, you can still get your 10-game win streak. It might not mean nearly as much because Cardinals could be having a 10-game win streak against the other league too.
Well, and it was nice too that they had
kind of way I look at things.
But I think trying to think of when it was either, I think it was after the 2011 World Series that Pujols went to Angels.
Yes. I don't remember the year, but yeah, I remember going to the Angels.
Yeah. And I thought that there was something like a 7-year gap that that the Angels would play the Cardinals in St. Louis.
Oh, I'm sure.
Probably and it was like before that though the Cardinals played in Anaheim, but it was like 7 years before. I mean, Pujols was about done with 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 Anaheim whenever he finally made it back to St. Louis. And Anaheim, the players were just like, that's amazing to see a opponent get a standing ovation. But yeah, and so then I think I believe it was the last year that he was with Anaheim.
Is that right?
Whenever they made it back, and then he left Anaheim, and then came back to St. Louis for that last year, and we put a good run together to make the playoffs, and then end up losing in the playoffs. I mean, it was like 12 game winning streak that they were on to make it so where they could get to the playoffs.
Get to the playoffs.
Get a wild card berth, yeah. But yeah, we a lot of history there between those two teams. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I figured if you want, we could start with the AL East. Last year it was Yankees, Orioles, Red Sox, the Rays, and the Blue Jays. What are you thinking? Are you? I mean, from what I've seen, they didn't do any major like big names.
Anybody move?
Yeah. Well, they Yankees lost Soto. He
went to the National League. He went to the Mets.
Mets.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it's a big loss, but I mean, the Yankees are always the Yankees. And it's
right. Yeah, that's.
I mean, I wouldn't bet against them, but
I know when George Steinbrenner was around and living and had control of the Yankees, that there was one guy asked, "What do you hate the most about George Steinbrenner?" And he says he doesn't own the Cardinals. Yeah, because he always put a team out there. Always. But I mean, looking at the Cardinals, though, well, let's go because I get to that division. Yeah, I know you got some gripes about your team as well. But do you think the order is going to stay the same, or do you see anything? Did you hear anything? Because I didn't see anything major.
No, I didn't see anything. The Soto thing was the only big move. I think there might have been others that I haven't followed it that close in the American League, and
right.
But
see here.
I'll tell you what, Thomas. Maybe I'm too damn old school. I still can't get used to the Houston Astros being in the American League.
Right.
I'm so used to being in the National League. I still forget that they are actually in the American League. But the Orioles were met 3 games behind. Out of 162 2 games, Tom. Do you think somewhere you could have just won 3 more games? Don't you? Doesn't that kick you in the ass when you look at it? In the long run, you go, couldn't we have squeezed out 3 more damn wins somewhere?
Right.
They had a good year. They're 20 games above, I mean, they did get the wild card, but I mean, they're 20 games above the 500.
Yeah.
And they're right there. They're right there, and they finished strong, 7-3 out of their last 10 games to end the season. But Yankees just did enough. They were 5-5 out of their last 10.
Yeah.
So just enough to win.
And I don't know if he's going to make much of a difference, but it looks like the Orioles signed Taylor O'Neill.
Oh, did they?
Used to be an ex-Cardinal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, signing to a 3-year, $49.5 million with option out after 2025. So I don't know if it's going to be enough to get them in the first.
Good money if you can get it.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, so I don't know. And Blue Jays, well, they signed Max Scherzer.
I can't say his name.
To a 1-year.
Yeah. But I don't know how much.
But is he the solution to their problem?
Well, I don't know if he has enough left in the tank. I mean, in his day, he was tough. He was tough. He reminded me a little bit of Nolan Ryan. Just seemed like a tough guy who just came right over the top and just would blow it by you.
Right.
He was pretty much no nonsense kind of guy. But I don't know. You get down the line, the arms don't feel the same as they used to when you were in your 20s.
Right.
There's something about that.
Yeah.
Nothing does, but I mean.
Yeah, and you only got one spot for a DH.
Yeah, that's true.
And when you're a pitcher, I mean, there was some good batting pitchers, but I don't think he's one of them.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
But Yeah,
Here's the thing that got me. I mean, do you think that Alex Berkman is going to help the Red Sox move up? I mean, that's the only thing that I see that
well, they only finished 500.
Yeah.
I mean, how much of a move up do you need to make the playoffs?
Right.
I mean, when you look at it, they were, 5 games out of the wild card. I mean, I guess that's how you want to look at it without looking at the whole division. Can they gain 5 games? And here's how I kind of look at baseball. I wish teams would look at the standings so much. Maybe at the beginning of the year, and you just look at what happened last year. Yankees won 94 games. Tom, that means they lost 62 and 6 is 68. They lost 68 games.
Right.
68 games. If you can lose 68 games and still make the playoffs and
make the World Series,
win your division. I mean, that should be kind of your more long-term goal. Let's get to 94. Let's get to 92. I mean, what made the 86 made the wild card last year with Detroit? They were the low wild card team. They were 86 and 76. So if you look at the season that way, you go, let's get to 85 games and see where we're at. I mean, what's sad, look at Seattle in they were 1 game out of the wild card. That's got to kick you in the ass when you pack your bag at the end of the year and go home, doesn't it? You got to think we're 1 game from not getting into the wild card. Out of 162, where the hell could we have squeezed out a win? And that's, I don't know. I think sometimes it can get a little overwhelming if you keep looking at how many games you're behind. How many games you're behind all the time, instead of just just going, let's get to this point. Our goal is 85 games to win. That means we can lose 75, 77 almost.
Right.
You can lose 77 and still you're right there, but like 1 game behind. I mean, they finished the season 8-2 in the last 10 games. I mean, they almost made it. I mean, that's just gotta, as a fan, you got to be like, son of a bitch. I knew that game back in July. That dumbass did that, took off running when he should have, and we lost that game. I knew that was going to come back to haunt us. I mean, you can do that all season and pick games apart. But I think sometimes if you compartmentalize it, and look at things like that, you go, that's just 1 game. Like they say, 1 game at a time. It really is 1 game at a time. Let's just win today. Forget yesterday. Forget tomorrow. 1 game at a time. Let's just
baseball
win.
is that
win
like
that. Play the fundamentals. Let's play good fundamentals. Let's play good defense.
Yep.
Which I've always thought about baseball. You may not hit worth a damn. You're gonna hit. You're gonna fail 7 times out of 10 every time you bat.
Right.
Pretty much for the most part. A lot of them are. But you can play good defense every day.
Right.
You can catch almost every ground ball that you can. You can play as good defense as you can. You'll be in every game.
Right.
Unless somebody's just smoking them over the fence every other batter.
Right.
You can't defense that. But if you got a good outfield, I would put young guys out there in the outfield who can run like the wind and track down these balls. And I just think, if I'm coaching, I think that's how you win baseball games, by defense. And the Cardinals did that for years. For years, the Cardinals were always known for defense. They did that. Yeah, they couldn't. I'm not going to say they couldn't hit, but they didn't have a ton of home run hitters. They just played good defense all the time.
Right.
You couldn't get ground balls past Ozzie at short, and then you could. Willie McGee out. Was he playing center field? I mean, it's like that guy would track down everything. I mean, that's how you win games, in my mind.
Right.
Others may
disagree on that. You had Vince Coleman out there. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, you get guys like that who can just go get it.
Well, those guys were so good that they made Andy Van Slyke look like a nothing.
I know, yes.
And Andy went on to Pittsburgh and became a big star.
Big star, yes. Yes, exactly. You're right. And I think that is the way to build your team. around defense. I really do.
I don't know how long it went on, but I guess Whitey and Vince Coleman had especially his rookie year, I think, that they had like $1 bet or $5 bet that every time Vince hit the ball in the air, he owed Whitey a dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time he hit it on the ground, then
Whitey had to pay him.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, because he was so damn fast.
Oh,
it's like, just hit it on the ground and run.
Right. A single to him or a walk was a triple.
Yeah. And that's the way he looked at it.
So, and you don't see that kind of baseball played today.
No, and that put so much pressure on the other team.
Yes.
Because you knew when that guy was on, he's going.
He's going,
and
just win.
Yeah. No, I just that kind of baseball. I think.
And with today's rules that they have in baseball, Vince Coleman would have 1,000 stolen bases in a year.
Yeah.
Well,
that's how I would coach a team. That's how if I had to build a team, that's where I'd start. I'd
right.
Give me 3 of the fastest guys who can catch the ball. I'm throwing them in the outfield. And, and
of course, right field, you want a guy with an arm.
And with an arm, and good contact hitters.
Yes.
I want guys who put the ball in play as much all the time, basically. But, because
Cardinals did back in the 80s have that one home run hitter in Jack Clark.
Jack Clark, yes.
The most part, it was hitters.
Yeah.
But
and the Cubs are so notoriously bad about that.
Yeah.
Having guys who swing for the fence all the time. I could go down 20 different guys here and tell you, you're like, Jesus Christ, that guy can only pull the ball, and if it ain't going over the fence, it ain't going. It's going in the air, getting caught.
Well, I didn't keep up with the Cubs that much, but I would tell you what, if I had been a Cubs fan, and that team that they put together that won the World Series in 16?
16, yes. Look at 9 years already.
Yeah.
It's rolling, moving right along.
Yes.
We're in a 9-year drought.
Right. But you had that team assembled for 2 to 3 years after that.
Yes.
And never could. Did you even get back to the playoffs?
I think they got back playoffs, but then they didn't hit in the playoffs. And just see, thing about playoffs, Thomas, it's just like any sport. I think your best players better be your best players in the playoffs. Because if they're not, you're not winning. It's pretty damn simple.
Cardinals have had a few years like that.
Yeah.
Where Goldschmidt and Arenado just
I know it.
The hell, you're just here and filling the uniform.
I know it.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. So Mr. Zig, I believe we were talking about your Cubbies and
yes,
and the year that the team that they had. I cannot believe that only one World Series out of that team, and you basically had the same team 2 to 3 years. I think did you lose Chapman, the closer, the following year? Wasn't he a borrower from the Yankees, and then he ended up signing back with the Yankees?
I think so. Yeah, we might have lost him, but I don't know. They did. I think they did. Like I said, I think they did get back to the playoffs, but they just didn't perform in the playoffs. 1 or 2 runs that maybe is all they got. I'm not real sure, but they just flopped. It's almost like they, I don't know, lights came on and they froze up, which I don't understand because you won the year before.
Right.
You should be really loose and like, well, let's go get another one. But just didn't have that same chemistry, didn't have that same feel, maybe. I don't know why that works out that way sometimes.
I think, too, they just wanted to break the streak. That's all.
Yeah, that's all. They just felt maybe relieved by that, but
as a fan, you sure wanted a lot more.
Sure.
You could have had at least another 2 in that span because you had that team for a while. And then you don't blame ownership because it's like, damn, I'm not paying you guys these big bucks to just sit around and do nothing.
Yeah.
Now it's like I paid you the big bucks to get us there. You got us there. We won it. Okay. Now I'm paying you big bucks to do it again. Yeah, and you don't.
Just didn't happen.
Right. Right. I mean, as a Cub fan, I would be real disappointed.
Yeah.
Because you look at that span from 2011 to 2020, or if you go 2010 to 2020, St. Louis Cardinals were in the World Series more times than the Cubs were.
Yeah.
And we won and lost one. We won in 11 and lost in 13. So, and Cardinals have always been that team that they can find players, sometimes washed up players, and bring them back to life, and then sometimes they find a washed up player and realize, yeah, he's washed up.
He was washed up. I see why.
That's why nobody else wants him, because he is washed up.
Well, sometimes you hope you get that lightning in a bottle, as they say, And then,
look
at what's his name? David Freese.
David Freese, yeah,
had a hell of a playoff run at World Series.
Yeah, in 2011,
and
even turned down being in the St. Louis Cardinal Hall of Fame.
I know.
Ain't that something?
That is interesting. I mean, he just felt like he got hot for 2 minutes, but it was a good 2 minutes. I mean, it was the right time to get hot. That's what you need, though, sometimes. You need someone.
I guess, with a batting average lifetime there in St. Louis of 190, I guess. I guess he figured those numbers ain't good enough to be in there.
It's hard to explain how a guy like that gets hot at the right time. Isn't it? And then there's other guys who thrive on that stage. Reggie Jackson,
Mr. October.
I mean, when they name you after a month,
right?
For Christ's sake, he must have been pretty damn good a lot of the time,
right?
Not just for a week, and that's it. Yeah. I mean, all Cardinal fans will remember David Freese.
Yes,
and will
right. Remembered him enough to put him in the Hall of Fame, St. Louis Hall of Fame.
Yes,
but he.
I mean, sometimes you just get the right guy, right time, and all the hits drop in, and baseball's a funny game.
Yes,
in a lot of ways, it's just a funny game.
And I think it's a lot better. I mean, I guess, of course, I don't see how fans went back to the NFL after the stunt that they pulled with the. I mean, I tell everybody the kneeling in the NFL wasn't what drove me away from the NFL. It didn't help.
Yeah.
But what drove me away from the NFL is the year that they let the Cleveland Browns move to Baltimore, become the Ravens.
Yeah.
And the owner, the city Cleveland, sued the NFL and the owner and kept that name. And also was the first city to get a expansion team.
Right.
That's why they're back to being Cleveland Browns.
Right.
But that's why I said earlier, NFL, as far as loyalty to its fans, they have none at all. None.
They know the fans will be there, Tom. They know they'll be there.
Yeah. And what I would like to do, find out, and I know you never find this out unless you're somebody who said, with the kneeling incident, I'm done with you, NFL, burning my tickets up, my whole, now you wonder, okay, I forgive you.
Yeah.
Now I'm going back to be a season ticket holder. You wonder how much of that they who has done that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But the NFL, I mean, like I said, baseball for you to up and move, you damn sure have to have. Like I say, the last team that they allowed that to happen to just up and move was Expos. And I believe that was in the early 2000s when that happened.
Well, it seems longer ago than that.
It does.
It does. I mean, I don't know when it was, but
right.
I remember as a young boy, little Zig riding around in Westville, Illinois.
Yeah.
I had a Montreal's batting helmet. red, white, and blue helmet. That
with
didn't have the ear flaps.
Yeah.
Didn't have the ear flaps.
Back then they didn't have.
No, just the helmet that like an old.
And the red, white, and blue imp.
Yes, right. Red, white, and blue all over it. I thought that was the coolest damn hat. I wish I had that today.
You say it was a hat or the batting helmet?
It was a batting helmet. But I wore it like a hat. I wore that thing everywhere.
I
just thought it was the coolest hat or helmet, I guess. It was a helmet, but
right.
I just thought, I don't know whatever happened to that thing, but I wish I had it today. Right. Yeah, that thing was something else.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got it. Just one of them things. I did go to Montreal and watch a game though before, back in the day, Mister.
Did you really?
I've been to Olympic Stadium, I think it was called. Yes, in Montreal in '83 when the Cubs were. I got all excited when the Cubs were on their way to just winning a division.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, their best year was the strike year, I believe. Wasn't it? Wasn't that their best year? The Expos. I think that was their best year.
Really?
Yeah. And I even remember who was managing that team. Oh, Felipe Alou.
Felipe Alou?
Yep.
Yeah. I jumped in a car with 3 other guys, and we Cubs were on a road trip, 9-game road trip. You want to go? Okay, hell, I'll go. We went to the Vet. Remember where the Veteran Stadium was?
Yeah,
Philadelphia. We was there first.
Right.
Watched 3 games, and we road tripped up to 95 and up into Montreal. Watched 3 games at the Olympic Stadium.
So those were the only 2 stadiums that you visited?
No, and then after that, we went down to Shea. Watched the Cubs play 3 games at Shea.
Well, I'll be damned.
It was the craziest damn thing.
So the 9 games that you watched was Cubs versus...
Yeah, Cubs versus Phillies, Montreal, and the Mets was last, And I know it was in September because they were holding they're in New York. I think there was a late match because I was in a taxi cab going back to hotel. Happy to say I can still talk about it today because I thought that was the road to nowhere. I mean, I'm not sure how we survived that, but there was a bunch of lights at this arena, and it was the U.S. Open going on. Tennis match.
It had to be early September because I thought...
it was early September.
They were in August. They started that in
Really, I think it was September, though. I want to say September.
Well, late August because they go... 2 weeks or so.
Does it go into Labor Day?
I
don't know if it goes into Labor Day or not.
I don't think so.
Maybe not. Maybe it was a little bit before that.
Yeah.
But we were going by and the guy said, no, that's they're playing tennis over there at the U.S. Open. I thought, well, hell, why don't we just go over there and just drop in too? Hell, we're hitting everywhere on this trip.
Yeah.
So, that was... that was one of them spur of the moments. Let's go and had a hell of a time. Boy, did we have a hell of a time! But that was back in the day when Mr. Zig was a little bit
younger, and everything wasn't so expensive.
Had a lot more energy, and and didn't have a carefree in the world.
That's right.
So,
that's right. So okay, let's go over the standings quick. Do you think that the AL East is going to stay the same? New York, Orioles, Red Sox, Tampa Bay, and Toronto. The AL Central. You think that's going to? I'm going to do the Guardians first, but I'm going to go Kansas City. Or Tigers second.
Well, they finished with the same record last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
Royals and Tigers.
Of course, them damn Twins did a lot of...
Yeah.
Did they do some...
I don't know if they picked up anybody or not, but...
Yeah, I'm on
But, going back to this wild card that I'm kind of stuck on. Tom, they're only like 4 games out of the wild card. Out of the playoffs.
Twins were?
4 games. Yes.
Yeah.
And the last 10 games they were. And they finished the season with a 4-game losing streak. The last 10 games, they were 2-8. I mean,
yep, 4 games. Yep.
I mean, that's just. And the Tigers got the last wild card, and their last 10 they were 7-3. So that's a 5-game difference right there.
2-game losing streak for them.
Yes, and they lost the last 2, but maybe it didn't matter. Then maybe they were already locked in. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who they played.
Well, and that's a big difference because Royals was on a 1 game, so they must have won their last game of the season.
Yes,
but had Tigers won both of those last 2 games, they would have been second place by themselves. I mean, not that there's any bonus to that, you know.
Yeah, because you're a wild card team. Yeah.
But hell, it ain't even a bonus if you're a division winner because it ain't like they get a day off.
No, but you get home field advantage.
Home field, yes.
Yeah. But I just think that is just when you look at the wild card, how close really is some of these teams.
Right.
They're not that far away.
Right.
And, like I said, your goal should be to get in the playoffs.
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
But in order to do that,
you have the greatest team in the league almost. And if you don't make the playoffs, you're going home.
I'm going to change. I'm going.
All right.
I'm going. I'm going Twins third, Royals fourth, and I'm going to keep. White Sox didn't do much. Didn't do anything.
They're just. I hope they play better because that's got to be tough to be a fan.
Yes.
It's got to be tough to be a fan.
Oh, Dave, he sure is struggling.
Work? Yeah. At work, yeah. He's a big fan. He goes to several games.
Yes.
Me and the wife, we went to a game quite a few years ago.
Really?
I just want to see the field there.
Yeah.
Actually, they won the game. Paul Konerko hit a home run. It was pretty damn cool. We were out in the right field bleachers. Right below us was the bullpen.
Did you get to catch the ball?
No. No, it went to left field. But, I mean, the guys in the bullpen, they would be talking to people and just having fun. And it was really relaxing. I wish that stadium was in a better neighborhood.
Right.
But, I think I may grab the wife this year and we'll run up and go see the Sox play. Just to give them a little support. By golly.
Yeah. So, as far as the AL West.
Astros. It's got to be the Astros, doesn't it?
You think? Because they lost that Berkman?
Yeah, but I still think it's going to be the Astros.
So let's go over the NL East.
NL East, okay.
Man, I don't know. I think this year I'm going to go with the Mets number 1.
Mets number 1 in the NL East?
Yes.
Good choice.
Philly
I was
2.
going to go there too.
3 is the Braves. 4 and the other 2 I'm going to leave the same.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, and
you put the Phillies 3.
No, I put the Phillies 2.
2. Okay. You put the Braves 3.
Braves 3.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And okay, so we'll save the Central. So I guess the West. Oh, okay.
Well, don't go on any further until I write. Thank you. We can have this official, because we hopefully will be around at the end of the year, and we can go over our Anyway, you gonna save the Central? Is that what you said?
Yeah, we'll save it for last.
All right.
Talk about it. So, Sandy, the West. I'm going with the Dodgers.
Dodgers 1.
Damn, that almost looks like the same. I'm gonna keep those in the order.
I don't know about that, mister. I think I'm gonna put the Diamondbacks coming in second and getting in the wild card. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Well, them poor Rockies. I didn't know the Rockies were that bad.
Yeah.
God, they were not very good. Anyway, all right.
I've
got the Dodgers first, Arizona second, San Diego third, Giants fourth, and Colorado fifth.
Oh, okay.
So we're a little different though.
All right.
All right. You want to go Central?
Yeah.
All right.
So I don't think either one of our teams has improved that much to move. I mean, it seems like the Reds, Cubs did a few trades. They got rid of a few players. Yeah,
Well, I don't know if you've noticed spring training. Cubs are number one.
Really?
Spring training. Last I looked, they had a hell of a record, actually. Now, whether all them guys move north with the team, I don't know how many young guys are playing, and which I like. I like the young guys. I like the energy.
Well, the Cardinals, of course, it was 2021 that they went after Arenado because they are going to rebuild and they're going to make it to the World Series. To now getting ready to dismantle everybody so that they can rebuild.
Yeah, that's.
And you have to wonder what the hell is the logic of that. You had the first baseman, you had the third baseman, yes. You had two good cleanup guys. I mean, and you failed. I mean, ownership. The president,
general manager.
Yes, what
I can't think of his name. John something. I think
John Malozak or something like
that. Yeah,
him. I mean, he's
caught a lot of hell.
And I know.
I don't know if all of it's deserved, but he's caught a lot of heat.
My understanding is that this is his last year. His contract's up this year.
Because even a lot of fans quit showing up last year. I think there was some stories there. They just said, enough of this, not coming to support this.
Right.
So.
And that's the way the St. Louis fans are.
They are. They are like that. They are like that.
In the 90s, when August Busch III owned them, all he owned that team for back then was for a tax write-off, since Anheuser-Busch. So that's all he had the team for.
I mean, it's a beautiful stadium, though.
Yeah, that new stadium.
I mean, that stadium. I mean, we're not talking the old Busch where it's like, oh hell, my God, Tom, I think they probably wouldn't fill half them damn stands if they had the team last year.
Right.
At least, I mean, the place is a beautiful place to go watch a ball game, and right downtown, easy in, easy out. I mean,
right. Yeah, it's a nice place.
Yes.
But as far as the team goes and management and ownership, I am bumfuzzled over what they're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
I mean, you had them since 2021. You made the deal, and now I seen apparently Arenado used his no trade clause in his contract because apparently there was something on the table for him to go to Houston.
Oh, really?
And he
invoked
it. Yep.
Really?
He invoked his no trade. Didn't want to go to Houston. Says he wants to go back to California. I guess he's from California.
Oh, is he? Okay. Oh, okay.
So he's hoping that maybe the Dodgers or Padres might look at him. Yeah. That's what he's hoping. Okay. But as a Cardinal,
if you're going to trade him, then you've got to get someone back.
Yeah.
Or a couple guys.
Yeah.
Where you go, who can fill. Not going to. I mean, he's a good player. It's going to be hard to fill that void, but you've got to. That's how you build your team. Okay, well, give us a couple. We want these two guys in.
Well, and it makes you look at the Cardinals' future. If you had, him, Goldschmidt, and the team that you had from 21 to essentially 3 years.
Yeah.
And now you've decided, okay, we're going to get rid of them and rebuild. You're like, boy, that's a freaking dim view of what's in store for us Cardinal fans.
Well, yeah, because now you're not talking maybe 5 years or something. That
Yeah, you have put all your money on the table to get there, and you failed. And where they failed, that was pitching. They would not go after a pitcher.
They would not, never. Yes, and I don't know why. Yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah. And several. You think they hung on to Wainwright too long?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's dependable. I mean,
yes.
But I mean, he's not. He can't stay your number one guy forever. I don't
Right.
think it just doesn't work that way for the most part.
Yeah.
Very seldom can guys have that kind of energy and be that dominant, because he was dominant when he was good.
Well, he was dominant in 23, but or 22, but 23, because 23. I think he retired last year. He didn't play last year. So 22, he's real dominant, but 23, he was hurt.
Right.
And now you've done got him as your number one starter, and opening day and all of that crap, and then he gets hurt,
And I know farm teams are a little bit different these days, but who do that's where you build up. That's where you start. Got to bring in some guys up. They're probably not going to be as good right away, but this is how you build your team. You get them the confidence to come up and play in the big leagues, and it's how you build your team.
Right.
I really believe that. I mean, you could go out and hell, if we had an open checkbook, we could put a massive baseball team together in 2 minutes.
Well, look at the Yankees. I mean, those people are sat back and say, Jesus Christ, money on the field. Yankees should win every damn year.
All time.
Every year it should be the damn Yankees. Yes. Money on the field.
Exactly.
But,
doesn't work out that way.
Yeah. What's on paper is a lot different than not playing.
Yeah.
And the Cardinals, though, I like I said, I'm just blown away that we're going to make a run for it. We're going after Arenado. And at the time, you're thinking, no, there's no way that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because he had some kind of clause in his contract. Yeah. And they had to get through that. And it said that Rockies are still on the hook for $10 million of his contract.
Are they really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
And so they said, you say we're going to make a run for it. We're going to put team out there, and then you half-ass do it. That's the thing that blows. Here's what we need. Well, but we're going to go after this washed-up guy. We're going to go after this one. Instead of going out and paying the big bucks and getting a pitcher, reliever, middle reliever to come in, they never did do that.
Yep.
When you got, like you said, when you got Wainwright as your number one guy.
Well, I mean, and he was number one guy for a long time, but he's not going to last forever. Every pitcher breaks down. I'm sorry, for the most part they do, and you've got to have guys behind him coming.
Well, and that's the thing too, that he had such a great year. The year that Yachty and Pujols retired, everyone thought that he was going to go out with them, go out on the bank. But no, he decided, no, I'm going to stay back one more year. So when he did that, then that really did, he should have went out while he was on top.
Well, he was on top with them guys. Yeah. And then you could have started really from scratch. And
right.
People would have looked at it and said, okay, we lost our core players. They've retired. Okay, who have you got coming up? But
you have done committed to your fans that we are going to get you a winner. We're going to get them. And here's what we're doing. We're going out and getting Arenado. We signed Goldie. He was there a few years before Arenado got there. Here's what we're going to do. And then, you trade away guys. And it's like, O'Neill. Where are the guys that you traded these guys for?
Yes. Where are the guys who you brought in? So they weren't as good as you thought, obviously. Then you'd have to admit you made mistakes. Well, we made a mistake on this player. They're not as good. So I guess we're not going to put St. Louis number one for you, are we?
No, they'll be lucky to be fifth.
Well, I didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
trying to kick you here or anything, but come on, you still have the Pirates.
I don't know. Pirates look like they
improve. They get off to a good start. Somehow they become the Pirates, and then they just I don't know, but anyway.
Okay,
all right.
So, number one, I've got the Brewers.
Okay. Well, you'd be wrong.
Who you got?
I have the Cubs. Cubs. We have improved. We've got a good team, Thomas.
Okay.
Watch out for the Cubs this year. Watch out.
All right.
You can laugh at me at the end of the year. You can laugh now, too, if you like. But,
well, I'll do it.
I understand. And I have the Brewers at 2.
I got the Cubbies at 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, you think both make the wild card playoffs? You think both make the playoffs? Let's look at it that way for a second.
Well, if the
because man, you're going against like
if
you
the
said,
Cubbies,
the division's good.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got division's good. I mean, the Cubs won 83 games.
Right.
You go back, Arizona won 89, San Diego 93. You go the other ones, 89 for the Mets, 89 for the Braves. So
I know.
I
think it's going to be the same this year as it was last year.
So they're going to have
just the division winners going to make it.
Just a division winner out of the Central is going to make the playoffs because the others are going to get the wild card. Okay,
right.
I mean, I'm just looking at last year's. But it's going to be tough. Yeah.
So I got the Cardinals at number 5. Like I said,
they're give them a little love
because I would have had them 4, but if they could pawn Arenado off on somebody, he's gone.
Well, then, I if he's not there, then I probably wouldn't be 5. But
and they're shopping him. They're shopping him. If
trying to unload him. Yeah.
Right.
Well.
Yes. So good luck.
All right. Well, I like
All
Pittsburgh.
right.
Pittsburgh's fun to watch, though. Sometimes they get off, like I said, they'll get off to a good start, and then they all of a sudden realize they're still Pittsburgh, and they go the other way. And
But Pittsburgh is about the Cardinals and Wainwright. Pittsburgh's about like that with McClutchan. It's like
but they do have
Andrew McClutchan.
They do have a good young pitcher. I can't think of his name. Pittsburgh does. This guy's like 21, 22 years old, and he's got a hell of a mustache. Okay, I mean, so all the fans have kind of gravitated. They come to the game with these mustaches on there. When he
looks like a Hulk Hogan.
No, it's not that far. But I mean, it looks almost like something from a porno movie from the 70s. I swear to God, I mean, but he's a good-looking kid, and they all come to the game. They root for him. It's kind of cool to watch. It's like that's got to be fun. But that's another stadium I'd like to go to.
Yes.
Pittsburgh. That's right downtown too, and you got the bridges there, and it's right along the river. And of course, you got 3 rivers in Pittsburgh that come together. But I can't think of his name. But really good guy. I mean, really good pitcher too. I mean, really bring it.
Huh.
But
so
we'll see how they go. Okay. Anyway.
All right. Well, there's our
we finished
picks.
Here, I want you to keep my picks now. I don't want you to lose these because we're going to go over these at the end of the year and see who.
Okay. So let's get to let's go right to the World Series.
Okay.
Who is your pick in the World Series?
In the World Series. Well, that's hard to do. That's going to be hard, Thomas. I'm going to go with Baltimore out of the American League, and I still got to go with the Dodgers in the National League. The Dodgers are they got a really good team. I mean, they got what's in his name? I wish I could say the guy's name. You know what I'm talking about. And. We don't know what's going to happen. Could be injuries along the way and all that plays a part in it.
Yeah.
But
that's a long ways.
I wouldn't bet against the Dodgers. I mean, they had 98 wins. They were heads and tails above everyone.
It's so far out. I think I'm going to wait. Do mine.
Good thinking. We'll just wait till we start.
Okay. So, but.
Oh my God.
I mean, because. I'm going to have to go with the Dodgers again as well.
Yeah.
Just because there might be a possibility that Arenado goes to them.
Goes to the Dodgers.
Because we know that they can afford.
That would be unfair.
Yeah.
For everybody else, I think.
Yeah.
I think they're already loaded enough to, and then add a guy like that.
He might go to San Diego. I mean, because San Diego's got deep pockets as well.
Yeah, I mean, they only finished.
And damn, they
only finished 5 games behind the Dodgers, and they did make the wild card.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Till somebody can knock off the Dodgers. I think that's a pretty stout team.
Well, if San Diego can grab Arenado, they got a damn good chance of it.
That might get them over the hump.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
but.
And so with that though, I am.
So who's your American League? Did you say your American League? No, you didn't.
I'm going to go, and I know it might piss some people off, but I am going to go with the Cleveland Indians.
We don't have any. They're not there.
They're still the Indians in mine.
They're the Guardians. I just want to get this right, though. I've had this argument with you before. Not even an argument. We don't have the Cleveland Indians no more, but we still have the Atlanta Braves.
Yes.
Now, what was the difference again between an Indian and a Brave?
Cleveland thought it was a racist, and Atlanta doesn't.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah. Yep. One's in the north, one's in the south. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, bless their heart.
Ain't that something?
No, I just laugh at that.
I mean,
I have to laugh at that when I see that.
That's a political bullshit right there. I mean, that's crazy.
I just,
like I said, all the woke white people who have convinced the black people and the minorities that having an Indian or a redskin on a helmet or a hat, racist. Got to get rid of that because that's racist. Privileged white people doing this, okay? It's racist to have that, so they get rid of it.
Right.
Okay? To have a black lady and a black man on a box. That's racist. Got to get rid of it.
And having an Indian on the butter box.
And the butter box. Yeah.
Got rid of her too.
Yeah, got rid of her. Got to get rid of all of those.
Actually, it's a beautiful Indian.
Yeah.
And the Land of Lakes.
Yeah.
Why did you get rid of that? I don't.
Yeah.
What's racist about that you honored somebody on a.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, all white, privileged white people, if that's, the woke people, that's how they want to go down the path. Yeah. So all these privileged white folks making these decisions to get rid of all the black culture, the Indian culture, off of the faces of all of this stuff. And yet, not one time have they said, that Colonel Sanders, that white man up there, yeah, that's racist too. We got to get rid of him. You never heard any bitching about that. The privileged white folk ain't got a damn problem with Colonel Sanders' face being planted out there all over the billboards and the signs of KFC.
Yeah.
We ain't got no problem with that. But you blacks and you Indians are gone. And now I heard that the Redskins, a tribe, is trying to get that name back. An Indian tribe is trying to get that back. There's nothing racist about it, get it back. So I don't know. Good luck, because you're up against some privileged white folks.
Yeah.
That everything's racist to them.
Yeah.
So yeah. But let's not go down that road on this show.
We can talk about it.
Yes.
We're going to run out of time if we do that.
Yes. Yeah, because that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So let's go over. I don't know if a lot of folks have heard what cities that baseball has looking to expand to. And I don't know. I think it's like next year or the year after.
26 or 27? How many cities how much expansion are they looking at?
Just 2 teams.
2 teams. One American, one national?
One American, one national. That way they can make it even to where they're playing in their divisions.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. Yeah, because you got 15 and 15 now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
With Houston going over to
they're still in
AL.
I think we move it back to the national. We can give the Americans 2 teams.
Yeah, because they did have
teams that they like.
Yeah, they did have it 16 to
14.
Well, and why didn't they say, no, Milwaukee, you're going back to the
American AL? Because you were American League.
Yeah. So why didn't they say that?
I don't know. Maybe they liked the closeness against Milwaukee against Chicago. So they kept them in the National League and actually, obviously, kept them in the division. So that makes that a better draw, you know.
Yeah.
I think, but
and do you think that if they expand to when they expand, do you think they're going to do like the NFL and go to 4 divisions in a league? That'd be interesting, wouldn't
it? Yeah, I don't. Since we have so much interleague now, I don't even care if we have divisions. I'm not gonna lie to you, Thomas. I'd be all just having the American League, National League. Just put them all on one side of the table, put them all on the other side of the table because we're all playing everybody anyway, and we're going to take the top 4 teams from each division for the playoffs.
Right.
Let's just simplify the damn thing. You know what I mean? I don't like it when just use the Cubs. You know, if we win the division this year with a 83-79 record, but we're in the playoffs because we won our division, and everybody else has got 95, 97 wins. Right. Well, we didn't make the playoffs because them damn Cubs won their division with 83. Right. So, do you have the best teams all the time in the division? I would be all for just American League, National League.
Yeah.
Take the top 4 in each. Or however many, however many are in the playoffs. I don't even know how many. Do you have 8 teams in the playoffs?
Of course, I don't think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I would do it. I was just saying, you know what?
So 2,
the hell with 4, the divisions
5,
anymore.
6 teams. 6 teams in the playoffs.
Only 6 teams in the playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
you got your division winners and your 3 wild card.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd expect 4 and 4. I'd just go 4 and 4 out of each division.
Right.
Take the top 4 teams. You're the top 4 in American, like top 4 national. You base it on their records. Who plays who? 1 plays 4. 2 and 3 play each other. Those 2 winners play the championship of the league, and then they come together for the World Series. That's me simplifying it. I'm sure some purists would be totally against that. But
so, I mean, it does bring on more talk when you look at the NL. Why did the Mets make it to the playoffs instead of the Diamondbacks, who had the same record?
There you go, that same record. Now, I don't know if it was head-to-head within the division, within the league, with the National League.
Well, they play, I imagine they play every team at least once.
Okay, then.
Well,
maybe they against each other.
Against each other. So it must have been head-to-head.
Yeah. But see what I'm saying, though? Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, oh well.
But that's the only thing. You had 3 teams. 3 teams that. I mean, it could have very well been the West. All the 2 wild cards coming from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, that's my thing.
But yeah, so
they're not going to change it. And I understand that, and then they might go with 4 divisions.
Right.
Football's a little different because you play people in your division twice a year.
Right.
1 home, 1 away. So that makes sense.
Right.
You have them rivalries where you get home and home.
Yeah, but football also has a bye week for the best record, or
right. Yes, if you have the best. Yeah. Now, if you wanted to do that,
of course, that hurt Detroit this year.
Yeah, but you're right.
Where baseball, it's best 2 out of 3 all 6 teams.
Yeah. Play. Yeah, if you get hot at the right time, you're moving on.
Right.
But anyway, where do you think we're? The National League. Where do you think they're putting in a new stadium?
So they're looking the 7 or 8 cities. Orlando, which, like you and I had talked before, I just don't think Orlando. They're going to put another baseball team in Florida, which the other two already suffer.
Yeah.
So I can't see. They say also Oakland and Sacramento. I can't see that.
No, not right after moving out.
Yeah. I mean, if they're not going to build a stadium.
They won't even be moved out yet.
Right.
I mean, you're not going to have to. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
But, I mean, if they wouldn't build a stadium for the A's, then why are they going to build a stadium for an expansion team?
Yeah. No, that's not happening. So you can scratch that.
And Sacramento, my God, you already got the Angels there.
Yeah.
So San Antonio, Texas, and Raleigh, North Carolina. But the 7, where they're really highlighting them is the 7 would be Mexico City, Mexico. Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, really? Wow. Another team in Canada.
Right.
Okay. I could see that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Right. Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City. Yes, I could see that. They have basketball there and hockey now. So I could see them embracing baseball.
But they only got a population of 202,000.
Well,
they're 119th.
Would you say Vegas is going to build a stadium with 33,000?
Right.
So maybe they're not building them as big.
Right.
50,000, 45, 50,000 seat stadiums no more. Maybe they're really.
But I think that's the reason why they say that Buffalo and New Orleans couldn't support a baseball team because of the population. Because you're talking 81 games compared to 8 games.
Yes, that's a big difference.
9 games every other year.
I can see Buffalo. I can see Buffalo because it's a pretty good sports town.
Right.
And they've only got hockey there that I know of. Now, I don't know about basketball. They don't. Baseball, they don't. Football, they do.
Right.
And basketball, they do. Yeah. So I could see Buffalo, maybe. Nice part of the country, right across from Canada, literally.
Right.
You're literally right across. You're close to Toronto, though. I mean, it's not that far from Toronto down to Buffalo.
Right.
It's a pretty good short trip down to QEW, I think.
Yeah.
So go down there, across the bridge, and you're in Buffalo. So that might be too close.
So Portland, Oregon.
Which, is that close to Seattle? So I'm trying to think of locations if you want to butt up too close to. So, of course, Milwaukee's only 90 miles away from Chicago. I mean, so maybe that's not that big a deal.
All right.
City-wise.
619,000 live there in Portland.
Oh, okay.
They're 28th largest city in the
country. Okay.
I can't see them bringing back another Montreal. And it's got 2 million people, and it's second largest in Canada.
Yes, next to Toronto.
Yeah. I just can't see that.
Montreal. I'd only support them if they called them the Expos again, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't call them something else.
Right. Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, I can see Charlotte. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. If you're talking Raleigh. If you're talking Raleigh.
Yeah.
Or Charlotte. I don't think they're all that far away from each other. Yeah, I can see Charlotte.
And the number 1, Nashville, Tennessee.
Well, I think that's a given.
You do? You think?
I think that's a given. I think that's one of our ones. So what's our other one?
What?
Where would you go?
Because I know that they're going to look at the locations as far as the other teams, your established teams. Because Nashville, they bring a team in there, that's going to hurt the Cubs and the Cardinals because there's a lot of fans down there.
Yeah, but
Red Sox or Reds.
So that's your national team. That's my national team.
They would be your
Nashville.
national.
Yeah, I'm trying to think American. I want to say
I
I
would.
always think more West when I think American.
Right.
I don't know why. I can see out in the West is San Antonio.
I can't see. Yeah, I can't see them bringing both teams in that close together.
No.
Nashville and North Carolina. Charlotte.
Yeah.
Or Raleigh. Or Raleigh.
Raleigh. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right there, but I could see San Antonio.
Yeah.
And put them in the West. Put them in the American League West. That would be a good. What you got? You got Houston and you got Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Right.
Those are the other two teams. I mean, Dallas, pretty big.
And Portland, I just can't see them. I don't want to get political, but I have to because I just can't see them putting a baseball team as stupid as those people are out there and ignorant as they are. I just can't see them.
And we don't know what groups are bidding,
right?
Basically for teams. You know what? Right. Businessmen who have the money start this up, and I mean we don't know a lot of that behind the scenes kind of stuff going on. I'm sure, but yeah, I could see.
I mean, I could also see Salt Lake.
Yes.
Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City.
That would, because then you're looking at, I don't know who the people root for there. What teams.
I don't know out there. That's kind of, I'd have to have a map to really gauge.
Well, you got your Arizona, Colorado.
I was going to say, is that close to Denver? Yeah. Is that close to Vegas? Yeah. Now you're going to have the A's coming into Vegas.
Coming there.
And you got the Diamondbacks in Arizona. But, are you maybe thinking, well, this would be way out there. Way out there. Only because they have a basketball team. I'm going to say this is Oklahoma City. Right. They have a basketball team that they support, I think, pretty well.
Well, they got a hockey team, though.
No.
Don't they?
No.
Nope.
So I wonder. Yeah. I'm trying to think geographical where a place to put a baseball team.
And
that would work?
They're in Nashville, though. Isn't the football NFL already bitching about that stadium and wanting a new stadium?
Yeah, they want a new stadium. So
they're just. I mean,
and Nashville's growing. Been growing for a while now. I mean, and I think they've just built a soccer stadium down there.
Right, just on the merit of the NFL and the way they operate, they would look at the Cubs and the Red Sox and say, "We're pulling you out of those cities. They don't want to build you a new stadium. You're done. We're pulling you out of there." That's the NFL's attitude. You're done. We're not having you around that junky ass stadium. Come on, we'll get you a new one. I mean, they would. NFL, the owners would be applauding that because
they're the kings, Tom. They've got more money than everybody. Yeah. Multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
They whatever they do, people will watch. I really believe that.
I mean, I understand that and most cities have built ball stadiums. Baseball stadium. You got a new one there in Cincy. You got a new one in Pittsburgh, St. Louis. You're going to get a new one in Tampa. A whole brand new one in Vegas for,
You had them renovated, Cubs renovated Wrigley Field, to update it. Minnesota.
Minnesota got a new one.
So,
a few years ago, Seattle. So Milwaukee. Milwaukee got a new one.
The dome.
Yankees even got a new one.
Yeah.
So did the Mets.
So I'm thinking Nashville.
I'm thinking Nashville, but I think Nashville will be the American League team.
Do you?
I think. Right. I think so.
You might be right. So where's your other place? You think Salt Lake City?
I would say Salt Lake. Yeah. Geographically, that fits everybody
right in there. Yeah,
it
does.
And Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you would have to look to see the teams. What? So let's say, what the hell, I had the right one. So who's out west in the National League? Because
Dodgers, Padres, Arizona, San Fran, and Colorado.
yeah, because if they came up with another division like football, right? Because football has 32 teams and 4 divisions in each league. They have an East and North. I think a South,
Central,
or
South,
Central and South,
West,
or West. Yeah, but if you had and if you went on that, because you wouldn't want 2 divisions to have 5 teams and 1 division have 6.
Yeah, right.
So you would automatically think that they would do 4 and come up with So
they might, yeah, there might be different changes once they add
a
couple teams.
Right.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if they didn't put one in Nashville. I really would.
Yes.
I mean, outside the city, maybe between Nashville, maybe way on the south side. You get way down there. You get down 65.
Right.
Away from the city.
Because I
don't think there's any room in the city. I'll be honest with you. I don't know where the hell they're building shit in the city. It's so damn crammed now. But
Well, they could do like St. Louis did. They built the new stadium while the Cardinals were still playing.
I know.
In the old stadium.
I'm not sure how they ever got that done.
Right.
That was pretty interesting.
Right.
But they did. Yeah, you're right.
So, I mean, they could do that, or they could have them go to the University of Tennessee or something when they built the new football stadium. But
right.
But there again, I think if I was Nashville, I'd tell the NFL, screw you. That's a new stadium. That's a decent stadium.
Yeah, it looks
nice. Ain't like it falling apart or anything like that.
Looks nice.
Just like down St. Louis.
Yeah.
That stadium was built in like 96 or something.
Ed Dome down there. Yeah.
And for
they were playing football in it.
Yeah, but it's USFL.
Yeah, but they're playing football in it. Yeah. So it's a viable place to play football.
Well, yeah.
Don't say it's not. It isn't,
Right.
Maybe it doesn't have all the upgrades of all the suites, and cater to the rich folk.
Well, it does.
Sometimes.
I mean.
But then why, then renovate it. You have
right.
I don't know. Everybody wants new. I understand that,
And does it? No, I don't even think their professional soccer team plays in there. I think they got them a.
They have their own stadium somewhere?
Outside of town or something.
Soccer's a big deal now in the country. I mean,
yeah.
It's really, really, professional soccer, I should say.
But yeah, so I don't know. I would, and two, I remember back when the Expos, they let them move. That the only reason why they moved to Washington D.C. is because the owner of the Orioles gets a kickback from the MLB because he said that they were going to take fans
away, moving too close to Washington, Baltimore. Yeah.
So he gets a kickback every year.
I wish I could get a kickback from somebody.
Yeah.
Or anything. Just have that check come in every now and then.
Yeah.
Here you go.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I'll talk to Elon.
Yeah.
There's got to be some extra money laid around somewhere that he's got.
I seen there they found another billion. But yeah.
Well, good.
So
here, I want you to hang on to these, though.
I just
don't lose them, young man.
Oh no, I'm gonna put them on the.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. See how.
But Salt Lake City,
you think Salt Lake City? All right.
Of course, I don't know. Vancouver is 2 million. It's the third biggest in Canada.
Yeah, and I hear that's a very beautiful place up there, Vancouver.
Jesus, Mexico City has 22 million
I know.
people.
There's a lot of people in Mexico City. Yes, 22 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, baseball with the Cubs, I think, are starting the season in Tokyo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So is baseball looking expansion internationally?
Well, they are. Canada.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's our.
I just can't see traveling.
That's our 51st state. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
No. Well, Mexico City would be internet. Not that far.
It's not that far. Yeah.
But
can you imagine we got a road trip to Japan?
Well, then why are we playing? Why are we playing there just to get Japanese people interested in baseball?
Yeah. Just like the Chinese did, or the NBA. The NBA's big in China. But by God, they got to kiss their ass.
They do have kind of leagues over there, not professional. They're kind of
right.
They're kind of professional. I don't know. There are basketball leagues over there,
right?
Okay, I don't know about baseball leagues. I'm surprised. Why don't you try and put I don't know how much trouble this would be, but why don't you put a baseball stadium in Cuba? We get all these Cuban Hispanic players in the league.
Well, yeah, that's only 90 miles from.
Yes. Yeah. But then again, I don't know how big a crowd you'd get at the games, but I'm sure you'd have to make it affordable and all that. But Mexico City would not surprise me. You want to pull in 22 million people? Yeah,
but the peso, I don't know.
Okay, I'm not going to get into peso. Okay.
Yeah.
The American dollar, not.
And then you would have the cartels dictating on what's going to happen there. So,
we're getting that under control.
You're going to.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I just can't see Orlando though, because they're having a hard time.
No, that's you don't go to Orlando.
San Antonio though. That would.
San Antonio would be a good
fit,
good destination.
If they pick San Antonio, then yes, I would say that
American League West.
Yeah,
I think so too.
And then Nashville be NL. Yeah.
All right.
So.
Okay, I think we got that covered.
All righty. So, anything else you want to mention about baseball?
I'm pumped about the Cubs.
You're pumped about the Cubs?
I think so. I think there's hope there. They've had a good spring training. Take that for what it's worth. Of course, the Bears, who I root for in football, were 4-0 in spring training, in preseason of football. They only won 5 games the rest of the year. So let's not get too hyped up over the spring training thing.
Yes.
A lot of things change when they turn on the lights.
Yeah.
And it counts. A lot of things change. You're playing in Arizona right now. I'm sure the weather's fairly nice in Arizona. Now you make the trip to Chicago in April, even May.
Freezing, snow blowing.
The wind's blowing off the lake, and you're like, Jesus Christ, I'm freezing my arse off out here.
Yeah.
This isn't nothing like Arizona. I can't grip the bat. I can't throw the ball.
Right.
I'm sure it changes, but I think that's why it's important to get off a good start. That's why you got to do the little things in baseball. Stealing, and Tom, play good defense.
Yeah.
Play that defense, and you'll win.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer of that.
What's that old saying? A good defense beats a good offense any day.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Maybe, I might be in the minority on that, but I'll take a good baseball team any day that just can catch the ball.
Right.
And throw it where it needs to and throw it right. I think you'll demoralize. Hell, like we talked about the Cardinals. I said, it'd be tough playing against Cardinals when they were good defensively. You're like, Jesus Christ, if I don't get a clean hit, I'm not going to get a hit. I mean, the guys would track down and catch. If you hit one even anywhere near between third and short, you knew Ozzie Smith was going to get it one way or the other.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, you saw it time and time after.
And to be a big guy, Terry Pendleton, he was a good third baseman.
Yes. Yeah.
Defensively. Even offensively, he did real good.
I would rather have a good defense player than an offensive player. But that's me. And I know offense is more fun to watch. And, let's watch the guy hit the ball over the fence all the time. Right. I mean, that's fun too. But I would rather have a guy who can play defense.
Right.
But that's me.
Yeah, and
not that I like just 2-1 games. That's not what I'm talking about.
Right.
Because, I mean, those get a little old and stale too. But, I want to be winning like 6-1 all the time, where we get 6, they get 1.
All right. Well, I don't see that. The only good thing I see going on with St. Louis this year is probably I'm going to get a lot of calls from the ticket guys is wanting to sell me some exclusive tickets,
tickets to come on down.
$70.
We've got a hell of a deal.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a hell of a team, but we got a hell of a deal.
Yeah.
If you want to come on down.
Right. And even at that, though, them Cub Cardinal tickets down there still going to be outrageous.
Sure. Always are.
Yeah.
Always are.
But, I mean, to fill that stadium this year, the way the Cardinals are going, there's going to be an awful lot of blue in that damn stadium.
Yeah, there will. I'm afraid so.
I don't think there'll be much red.
Well, I'm glad I can wear my blue today.
Yes.
Hey, by golly.
Yes. Yeah, there ain't much to be bragging about on my end of the
hopefully
spectrum.
They will get off to a good start, so it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Interesting. You hate to get depressed after the first month. And you're
you hope that ownership, before they do decide to get rid of Arenado, they decide to put, let's make one real good run of putting a team out.
Yeah.
Because they just half-assed it with when they got Arenado. They didn't, especially in the pitching department. They always thought what they had was going to get them there. And after the 21 season, they should have, we need to get better pitchers. At least 1 to 2, decent pitchers.
You've got to have that. You got to.
But they kept with the same crap. And I mean, Jack Flaherty.
Flattery.
Yeah, he was supposed to be all of that in a bag of chips.
Yep.
And look at him now. Well, he's in Detroit now.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah.
Who he signed with. But I just don't. I don't know. Cardinals had a lot of good prospects, and now other teams have the Cardinals' good prospects. Huh?
Well done, my friend. Well put. Yes. Now you know how us Cub fans have felt for years. It's like, Jesus, what the hell are they doing? Or just show up at Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
Come on, just show up. Have a beer. Enjoy it. Sit out in the sun and just enjoy the day. What the hell are you bitching about?
And they want to do that. I mean, as expensive as that stuff is, and you want to put a shitty team out there for me to go see.
It's not a cheap date no more.
I'll be at the campgrounds.
I think I've still got a few ticket stubs from back in the day when I went to Wrigley Field. Were like $5 and $8.
Yeah.
Sit out in the bleachers. No. I mean, it's just.
I could swear that back in the 80s, early 80s, me and my cousin went down. He had an uncle that lived down there in St. Louis in one of the suburbs, and we went down and stayed with them. And we went to a game, and it was like $2.
That's something.
$2 for a ticket. Now, we were way up in in the old Busch Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
But it was $2.
That's something. But you didn't care. You could scrape up. You could scrape up $2.
Well, to
get to a game. Yeah, just to be there.
Right.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Got hard to scrape up $120.
Yeah.
Sit way up there, and you're like, oh boy, jeez.
Yeah, because
spent this somewhere else.
Because when me and Cheryl get the all inclusives, we get it costs like $80 a pop per person. Hell, there's $160 right there.
Right there.
Now, guaranteed, the food and the drinks is paid for.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't get that, my God, I'd be limited to 1 beer, 2 beers. You know.
But then you think of people who have families. You want to take your two kids with you.
Yeah.
Mom and that they want souvenirs.
Right.
And it can get pricey. Really can. And I think they've outpriced maybe the common fan.
But Jesus, I mean, you look at that NFL. Those damn stadiums are packed. Where do they get that money?
Well, Tom, it's only 8 games, though, like you said earlier.
Right.
It's only 8 games. So you'll suck it up and pay for 8 games.
Right.
81. It's different. It's just.
So, well, all righty, mister. Well, we're
all right. We had fun today, by golly.
Yeah.
We got our picks in.
Yep, got our picks in. See what happens.
I think we'll see what happens here at the.
And soon we're going to be done podcasting until probably October. Yeah, we got a little ways to go. Another few weeks.
Thomas is going on a hiatus.
Yes,
he's got this place.
Yes,
that he's working on.
I use my place, unlike someone I know.
Okay, now he's picking on me. Damn it!
Someone else in here has a place that isn't as used.
You mean we're not taking this show on the road? What the hell? You got it, Jack? Come on, did you get the lights up there?
Yeah.
Hell, we'll have all kinds of people coming over. What the hell are they doing over there? They're having a show. Well, neighbor, come on in, sit down. we can talk about what we need to fix here at this campground.
That's right. So, all righty, everybody. Well, hey, have a good day, and we will talk at you soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.